This is Pete the Tech Guy, and this is the latest of our subscriber-only commentaries. If you're watching the teaser right now and want to see the entire commentary, go to DaTipJar.com. That's DaTipJar blog.com. Hit the tip jar for any amount, and I will send you the link to this week's commentary. Hit subscribe for any amount, and you'll get the commentaries every single week. Well, today I'm standing in front of a power station here in my town to explain something about why there are very little accidents. If you liked the movie Taken, you might remember the scene where the hero, played by Liam Neeson, has the person who kidnapped his daughter in a chair, tied up to an electrical circuit, saying, you know, he's getting ready to torture him to find out where his daughter is. And he's saying that, you know, in the third world, we used to have to give this out because the electricity wasn't reliable, but here in the first world, it's a nice even flow. And here in the United States, we're used to having electricity flowing on a regular basis because of stations like this. And barring a hurricane, barring a big storm, barring a natural disaster, generally we have electricity all the time. And if we're out of electricity for a few hours, let's say somebody rams into a pole, if we're suddenly without our internet or something, we get very shocked and very angry, and we call up a Unitel, which is my electric provider, or whoever, saying, I don't have my internet, I don't have my electricity, what's going on? And a lot of us forget about the amount of effort it takes to build something like this. Realize that you have the wires here, you have the stations here, and you have these lines going down the road. Now these lines literally crisscross the country. You have electrical lines going from electrical stations like that all across the country. Every day we switch on our lights, we switch on our computers, we switch on these things that the founding fathers would never have believed, except for, well, maybe Ben Franklin might have believed it, but we don't think a thing of it. But all of these things exist because someone figured it out, and then someone figured out how to do this, someone took the time. Each of those telephone poles are a tree that was cut down and trimmed and put up there and sunk into the holes. And somebody, or many somebodies, either through the private sector or through government help, built all of these stations all across the country to the point where we don't even think of electricity as a luxury. We think of it as just part of our everyday thing. But without those people doing this stuff in the background and maintaining it in the background, because like anything else, everything needs to be maintained, we wouldn't have it. And sometimes we forget the amount of effort, the amount of everything from the mining of the metal to the cutting down of the trees to all of the labor that made this possible. And when we forget these things, we make a big mistake in terms of how life works. And we do that with a lot of things, and I want to talk a little bit about this. I'm leading in with this introduction into us as a society. Let me explain.